Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Alexandra here. I am doing a chatty get ready with me today. It's been several weeks since you've seen my face here on the YouTubes. I didn't mean for it to be like a 3-week break of no videos, probably almost 4 weeks by the time I actually get this up. Life has been busy, not like in a bad way, just in a way. So we're gonna do a little chatty get ready with me for the day. I am wearing one of my favorite shirts, and I think I'm gonna do like that blue gray look for you guys today to kind of match the vibes of the shirt. So how is everybody doing? Is it summer yet where you guys are? I know this looks super dark, but believe me, dark. I live in Newfoundland, Canada, and it is trying so hard to be summer. I will say the weather is fucking shit in this province most of the time. People weren't lying about that. However, this is like my second full winter here this year, and if I'm looking down, it's because my mirror is here, so just bear with me. So this was like my second full winter. Last year's winter was literally the easiest winter of my life. So I was like, what is everybody talking about? The weather's easy here. Not a long summer, but there's still summer, and like winter was easy. This winter that just passed was the hardest winter of my life. People also said at this extreme, it is a little bit unusual as well. This is going to be a problem. I don't have a very good setup here, so I'm just going to like lift this and try to do it that way. We got so much snow. It was like an early winter as well. Basically from November until like April 28th, we got 20 centimeters of snow every week. So that was a lot. Like the snowbanks, if I still have pictures, I'll insert them here. This is what like the front of my house and the street looked like in January. It's insanity. It was insanity. It was a lot, and I wasn't really like, not gonna lie, I wasn't really here for it. Didn't think that I had like seasonal depression until this year. I was like, oh yeah, I think I have seasonal depression. So next year, I don't know what I'm gonna do because if we have another winter like we did this year, I don't know. Like, I think I'm just gonna have to like go away for a few months. I'm gonna have to become like a snowbird for the winter because shit was tough. Like, I was like not motivated. I was super anxious all winter. Also, like, I don't really like driving that much, especially in winter months. I have a Honda Accord, which like is a pretty good car, solid, but like she not made for the snow. She is not made for going over any amount of like, I don't want to say snowbanks, but like, you know, when the plow brings in snow off the road and if you don't shovel it immediately, she can't go over those. She just can't. She can go through snow pretty good if it's like soft, but like it's not made for going over snow, hardened snow. So it was terrible. I don't know what I'm gonna do next year, like I said, something, because it was fucking rough. I'm still doing my like 12 plus workouts a month. I don't work out necessarily for like physical weight health, I guess you could say. I'm overweight. It's fine. I'm still overweight. I did lose like 10 pounds last fall, 12 pounds last fall, and it was really hard to lose that weight. I gained it all back this winter. So starting over again, love that. It's fine. But yeah, I still do like my 12 plus workouts a month because I do that for my mental health. And that did not help either. So your girl is going to have to like do something for next year. It's still really cold out. We're still like some days, June 2nd today, it's just like +6, +10. A lot of rain, which I don't love. In April, we had a few like +15, +20 days. Unfortunately, like I'm working. I'm not, you know, I have to work. So I didn't get to enjoy that many of the nice days, but days that were like decent, which I appreciated so much. But I'm not getting like outside as much as I really had hoped I would be, because if it's windy, I'm not going out. If it's like not sunny, I'm not going out. If it's not more than like, if it's not plus 15, I'm not going out. So I like doing my workouts outside, but I am not going out there if it's cold or windy or any of those things. So I'm kind of like high maintenance when it comes to that. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so I'm still doing my workouts. I do think like maybe I need that like light thing, you know, that like depression light thing. Maybe I can just sit under this light for 15 minutes a day next winter and that will be helpful. I don't know. Let me know what you guys suggest I do for seasonal depression, if you have that or suffer with that. And if you do suffer with that, I am so sorry. Or regular depression, I am so sorry. That is not fun. But in fun news, if you see by the title of this video, I have done something that I have been wanting to do literally years, and it's been on my bucket list, and I finally did it a couple of weekends ago. It was a nice weekend, so I was so happy that like we had nice weather for it, because it rains a lot and that wouldn't have been fun to doing it. But I have learned how to ride and drive a motorcycle. I still need so much practice, but I am gonna like go buy a bike. So exciting. I decided that I was gonna take like a safety motorcycle training program. I'd already done my written portion of getting my motorcycle permit. There's two parts. You also have to do like a balance test in this province. I don't know what you do in other provinces, but in Newfoundland, you have to do a written portion, and then you have to do a, I'm gonna pull some shades from here, a balance test. So I don't know. So because I did the safety motorcycle course, it like counted towards my balance test. I didn't have to go and do that. So that's great. This motorcycle course, first of all, I've been on the back of bikes a lot in my lifetime with my dad, with Steve's dad. I've never driven one though. So, and like, I knew that learning the clutch and like learning standard was gonna be a fucking problem for me. I don't know how to drive a standard vehicle, not that it matters. It's totally different, kind of. And I knew like the balance wasn't gonna be an issue. Steve was like worried about my balance, but like I was worried about the mechanisms of learning standard and like on a two-wheeled bike. And like the bikes that we learned on were maybe 300 plus pounds. They were like smaller 250cc. They weren't like huge big Harleys, which Harley is the end game for me. Not this year. So I knew that was gonna be definitely tough for me, and sure as shit was the only female in the class. So repping for the females out there, and I was the only one with zero experience. So I'm in a class with like all boys and men, and they've all ridden two-wheel bikes, dirt bike standard. They know their shit. They're basically just doing this to get money off their insurance, and like it helps you get your permit because you don't have to go do the balance test. So Friday night was just like safety. It was like 4 hours of like safety. This is my MAC paint pot, whatever. And then Saturday we immediately got on the bikes. It was like 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and it was the same on Sunday. It was like pretty fucking intense. It took me literally all day Saturday to learn the clutch. That was really hard. I'm still like pretty not as smooth as I would like to be. Only improved by Sunday drastically. When you're changing gears, I only went up into like second and third gear because we're in a parking lot. We were not like on the road and stuff, which you cannot be on the road. I'm gonna pull some shades from my Naked palette. I'm gonna dip into this like, looks blue, but it's like gray. Magnet shade it's called. Trying to get some uses on this as much as I can because this is in my sights someday to pan. Anyway, Saturday, it took me literally all day just to learn the clutch. It's really hard. I would stall, and then when I'm trying to like change gears, the bike was like jumping and jolting all over the place. And I'm like, oh my God, I am gonna get, like, I'm gonna fall, you know? Like, it was, because I was like trying to force the bike to go into gear. And if you're not doing all the hand things and foot things at the same time in the right order with the right amount, it's like jolting, 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 and jumping all over the place, which, you know. So basically, you got your handbrake, foot brake on the right. On the left, you have the clutch, your gear shifting on the foot part as well. And you have to like let off the gas when you're trying to change gears, slightly open up the clutch, but quickly lay off the clutch and use your foot to like change gears. And if you're not doing it just so, it's gonna jerk you around, it's gonna jump, it's gonna buck, which is terrifying, kind of. But that was fine. Like, I finally got it. And then when I did get it, because I was like having a little bit of time to myself before we went on break, I was like just going around and around and around, just trying to change gears. And then I finally got it. And all the people in the class that were sitting there watching me, like, they just started beeping their horns, and I was like, yes, I fucking did it. So that was really exciting. I do think that this course should be mandatory, honestly, because they put you through so many like scenarios. They do like teach you emergency stops. They teach you like changing gears like on curves. It's tough, man. Like it is no joke. Like I definitely struggled more than I care to tell you, but I did the damn thing. I am so proud. I have my permit now. I am on my way. So super exciting. Now I gotta like pick up a bike from somewhere. Honestly, I'm just gonna like pick up something cheap, maybe like 2,000 to 4,000 secondhand. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm using my Huda palette, and I'm gonna use this Nebula kind of glittery shade. I'm just gonna pick up something small. I am not ready for the open road yet. Definitely not. I just want to continue like my practicing in parking lots, honestly, and maybe like around the neighborhood where it's like slow, very slow, and I don't have to be out of like a second or third gear. You're legally not allowed to be on the highway in this province with just your permit, and like I'm not ready for the highway. But I'm so pleased with myself. I am so excited. This is like a big accomplishment for me. If you guys know, if you don't know, it took me a long time to get my car license. I was like 31 when I did that. I'm now 37, and I've wanted to do this for a long time. It's been on my bucket list bingo card, and I was just like, you know what? It's time. It's time I do it. I told my dad, and he like drives Harleys. He's been riding Harleys since he was like 16. My father's like 80 years old. And I think he was like shocked and terrified for me. He calls them killing machines. So you do got to be careful. And of course, like I'm nervous for like other drivers, like because I don't trust other people driving, because people suck at driving. And like if you get hit on a bike, you're probably gonna die. You really have to know your machine and like just what to do in certain emergency situations. That's all I'm gonna say, because you know, people, you have to be a defensive driver even within a car, but a car you have so much more protection if anything happens. That's where I'm at. Big bucket list accomplishment. So excited, so proud of myself, and this is big, guys. This was a big one for me, and I should have done it like 15 years ago, but I didn't. But it's done now, and that's all that matters. I love doing things and like pushing yourself, and when you get to do something that's like been on your list of things to do, it just feels really good. Yay for that. I'm gonna try to do this eyeliner with you on camera. I might like pause you and cut this out because it might look awkward, but I'm gonna try. So I'm doing my Mary Kay gel eyeliner. I have some fallout here, which I'm not fussy on. Oh no. Oh no, I should not have brushed that away with my finger. It's fine, totally fine. I'm gonna do my brows off camera too because it's just easier. Other thing that I've been like thinking about a lot this year, or the last few months, I should say, I don't want to get back into the aesthetics. I never really like fully committed to that after doing my course. The end game was always like, I wanted to go back and do my advanced aesthetic program, which was another 6 months of training, an additional $10,000. I didn't have the time or the money to do that. Now I still don't have that, but, and I did do a few like services with people from home. I'm kind of at the point where I still think about doing that and wanting to do that. I would love to do that. I'm scared, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm 37 years old. Now that we're like settled here, I think that, no, I need to make like a certain amount of money every month. Like, let's just be real. If money wasn't an issue, I definitely would have already pursued that, but it takes a long time to build clients, yada, 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 whatever. We're in a smaller community now, which could be good and or bad. They're saturated in certain parts of aesthetics, home aesthetics especially. So I'm nervous. I'm nervous to make the jump. I do think like I do have a full-time job. I am a carer. I'm gonna call it a carer. I work in home care. I have a full-time position with a client who I could probably be there a long time. I wanted as long as he needs me. But I'm still not like satisfied. It doesn't like feed my soul, if that makes sense, which sounds so silly. But I do now have a full-time client with a set schedule. It's been about since September. The previous year, I was doing this since I'd come to Newfoundland. And the previous year, I had multiple clients that were set, including him. But I was just working like way too much on a swing schedule for like the first year I was here, which I'm not gonna lie, is horrible. Swing schedule, it's like day shift, night shift, splits, all that. I can't. But now I'm on a set schedule. I'm feeling less burnt out. I mean, I think I had like 10 months of working 7 days a week before I got a weekend off. So it was really hard, but now it's good. I'm making enough money. I can't like give this job up. And honestly, I don't think I want to. As of right now, like I think I would stay with him in whatever that looks like until he no longer needs me, however that may unfold. But I still want to do some aesthetics from home. I'm just feeling some kind of way and I feel like I want to try, which is scary, but also exciting. And I don't know. I don't know. So the fact that I'm like thinking about this probably means, well, you should do it. I don't know though. Like, I'm so scared. I think all I want to offer for services to start is waxing and tooth gems and probably lash tint, brow tints, I think. I'm also kind of considering maybe I want to do like spray tan. I don't know how to do spray tan, but I could like get the training I need for that. And I think that might be like something that could be potentially good. I don't know. The market here for like spas and stuff, there are some salons. I'm not working in a salon. Just don't want to do that. Really don't. Somebody has reached out to me and they wanted to like bring me on as a pedicurist, which I do like pedicures. And that like did make me think, this is a couple of months ago, this sort of happened, this opportunity, potential opportunity. I was really tempted and I kind of did like think about it, but I don't really want to work for somebody else. And I do like pedicures, but it's not like my first choice in the world of aesthetics of what I want to do. But it did make me think, you know, and I don't want to give up like my full-time position to go work underneath somebody else in the aesthetics spectrum of things. So that tells me, yeah, probably should just do it from home and do what I specifically want to do. I'm pulling a highlighter from my Jeffree Star palette, the Lavender Snow one. I am really tempted to do that. It's calling to me, And I think if I'm thinking about it, maybe it's worth doing. I also do feel like this is like the last kick at the can, which sounds so silly. Like, I'm gonna be 38 in like 2 weeks, okay? Freaking 38 years old. And I still feel like I don't have a career, whatever. I mean, I do. I have a full-time job that very well is a career. But I guess, I don't know. I just feel like I've been a free spirit for a long time. Let's put it that way. I've been a free spirit. I do a lot of like maybe unconventional things, I guess you could say. Yeah, I'm a free bird. My parents are free birds. I do feel like maybe, I'm putting a lot of highlighter here. This formula doesn't seem to want to stick very well, in my opinion. Just feeling a little, I'm feeling a little like I gotta get my shit together, whatever that means. I feel like also probably getting your shit together is overrated and like probably not as fun as it actually sounds. Now that we're like settled, I don't think we're gonna like leave Newfoundland. And that was like a big thing too. Like I lived in Montreal for 7 years. Then I lived in Edmonton for 9 or 10. I never felt really settled. I never wanted to necessarily commit. I should have maybe, you know, done something a bit more in Edmonton because I was there for so long and gotten some more experience in the aesthetic world. But I really didn't think I was going to be there that long, and I just didn't want to like start a career there, if that makes sense. I didn't want to commit because I didn't want to like stay for a job, which sounds silly, but that's was my thinking. Now I'm like, well, we're probably going to stay in Newfoundland, I would imagine, and I don't think we're going to like move communities. I just don't. I mean, we could, but I feel more settled than I have in a long time. So I think it's time maybe to explore that and whatever that looks like. I'm trying to do. That's a lot of things, but I am feeling like more motivated, settled, and I can like attempt to maybe figure it out, whatever that looks like. I'm gonna use my 2 lip scents that are in my Rolling Ipsy project pan that I have been working on for a while. I'm filming that video after this video. So if you want to see my Ipsy Rolling project pan update, stay tuned for that. It's coming very soon. Some setting spray. This is the One Size on Till Dawn. Some people don't like this. They say it's like hairspray for your face. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of is, but I like it. She's strong. Will make your eyes water. I'm not gonna lie. Nephew lives with us and one of our like spare bedrooms, and he's in the basement actually. That's the room he chose. Not that we kicked him down there, but that's the room he chose, was the bedroom down in the basement. So when he leaves in July, I've been thinking, the wheels have been turning. That's the space that I'm gonna like convert. It's like the biggest bedroom in the house actually. Seen my house tour. I'll link it below. I did a house tour like a couple of years ago. I'm gonna just convert that space into a little aesthetics room. I like where it's located. If they come through the front door, I can just bring like my clients like down to the right. They don't have to like walk through my whole house. So I don't have to keep my whole house spotless for them. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So I know if I'm thinking this, I think I gotta do it, guys. So I'm really scared, but I'm also really excited and hoping that it all works out. Whatever that looks like. You know, I just want to be able to choose my clients, choose my hours, and feel a bit more fulfilled. Maybe it will do that. Is that feeling fulfilled and like you're doing something you love or like? Does that ever happen for anybody? Or is that like just a farce? So things are happening, checking off bucket list things, super exciting. Summer is trying to summer. kind of. All good vibes. So that's everything, my little life update for you guys. What have you guys been doing? Have you been checking off some bucket list things? If not, what are some of your bucket list things? Link them down below, comment them down below, and thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.